If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What?
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. I don't know who's here, who's watching, or what. But welcome to... Gosh, I look red. Why do I look so red? Like pink. What's going on here? What in the wide world of sports is going on here? Oh, wait, I should have just played it. No, now it's too late. The moment has passed.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
Anyways, welcome everyone. Dennis, Roscoe, Alpha, Streamer. Roscoe, I messaged you. I need your address. I have this here. Oh, that's got my address on it. All right. Doxed. Oh my gosh. Anyways, welcome. It's another Wednesday night. Everyone seems to have forgotten that it's Wednesday night because I'm here all alone, which makes and I'm quite late. I know. For those of you who like to complain about me being late, well, there you go. Have at it. That's crooked. That looks crooked. All right, there you go. And now that you're doxed, we can sign you up to cheese service. Lovely. All right. And look who decides to roll in.
What up, hey, everybody.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Let me try this. See if I can focus. Forget it. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now. I still don't understand any of this crap.
What's wrong?
It's nonsense, I say.
Oh, you see that Brian is doing paranormals with Siege right now.
What?
Can you believe this? Siege. We know where loyalties lie now.
How dare they? All right. Really? You're not only gonna do paranormals. Oh, he's not on live now.
Oh, he's not?
You mean live right now?
I know it says currently. Oh, is
on
it just
what channel?
It's not his channel, huh?
I mean, here's
Maybe
Brian's channel.
Maybe he means that's what they're doing as in general.
Oh, okay.
Because Elliot's not doing it anymore.
That was going to annoy me in all kinds of ways.
It's like, what?
Oh boy. Well, Brian has like some videos with a lot of views.
Oh, nice.
How-to videos, Clip Studio Paint tutorials.
Yeah,
he knows this. He knows how to YouTube much better than I do. Hi, Micah. How you doing? Mike is getting over the chicken pox. He had chicken pox on his birthday, so we couldn't have friends over. It was just us and the family and some delicious oden, which is a Japanese treat. It's what Micah wanted for his birthday. But anyways, so happy birthday, little Micah. Happy birthday. Are you serious?
What?
Is it going back on?
What's going on?
Hey, it's quite possibly he just broke the chair I bought him for Christmas.
I hear noises. How can you break a chair?
It's him trying to screw it back in.
There's no own strength.
So anyways, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We already said hi to you guys, and now paranormals chat. There's a paranormals channel.
Hey, the Comics Bear. Humphrey Bear too. We got some bears in there.
There's a pair
of bears.
How dare they? How dare they?
Are they doing it right now?
They're doing it right bloody
Oh,
now.
man.
There's
Are you gonna troll him?
many parts.
How?
A woman actually.
How
Oh my God.
dare you?
Yes.
How
But
does
she
one
even has some art.
do that?
Uh-oh. I hate mermaid.
Oh.
It's Wednesday at 7,
Let's see.
and they're doing
Yao
paranormals.
Bikuni.
Can you believe this? The audacity.
The sheer audacity.
Oh,
Oh
hello there. Is this the mermaid?
my
How old is he?
goodness.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like Brian. It sounds like Michael Caine's probably feeling.
That's not Michael Caine. It's Brian pretending to be Michael Caine.
there's a.
Oh.
He could have cropped that picture there, but he's like, I want my good time.
Goodness,
Yeah.
great! I don't even know how to respond to this. I'm flummoxed.
I've been working out.
I'm bewildered.
Roscoe.
I'm flabbergasted.
He lost a lot of weight.
I'm discombobulated.
He's got a.
Roscoe tattled on him.
Underneath.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
eyes everywhere,
He
man.
is broken indeed.
Good look. He did.
And the siege was broken.
In the age of COVID-19 and mermaid,
Oh,
There are rules. There are rules.
there's a legend that
I mean, seriously, there are rules, right?
an historic letter dated in 1900.
Believe it.
This is.
Story.
I have
It's
a
story about
knife
provenance.
in my
The
bag.
mermaid was caught in a fish
Ah.
catching net in the sea after
Could someone get the knife?
the fishermen
of
who
my
caught
bag?
it did not know it was a mermaid.
kind
Well,
of
they thought it was.
is.
Who was it?
Wow,
I think it was.
These
look at this,
people.
It's a fish with a human
the
head.
the audacity!
Hmm.
I tell you,
It's
the
unbelievable.
audacity
In the
of
mummy
these
cave.
people,
Oh, man.
unbelievable.
It's a chief brief.
Comics Bear
Coaching
swears that's not
reader.
Brian.
Said
It's
it was
Sir
put on
Michael.
display in a glass case.
Sounds like it.
Wow, it's a show with Sir Michael Caine. No wonder 15 people
look
are
at
watching.
that fireproof. Look at that. It looks like a little
Yeah,
puppy.
yeah. And now
It is a fireproof safe.
we're gonna send more
He's
people.
got an ankle weight on him.
No one loves me.
He's
I
in
know
house
one.
arrest.
Why do I even bother making the effort
Let's see,
anymore?
they done- oh,
Why
they
do I
did
even
make
try?
a mermaid.
Then why did they got it in there? Why
At
did
least
they
you got
do it
my
like
back,
that?
Cossin.
Big
Yeah, see, I'll let you down. You
Cossin
keep
will
with jet
never let me
lag.
until he does.
Plain to see. Anyway, they keep going on like that.
I left a
There it
message
is.
in the
all it
Paranormals
is.
chat for Siege to come over here when she's done.
What do
I don't
you
know.
think? Do
Oh.
you think it's a real mermaid?
When she's done.
I think it's a real. You know what? I think it's a merman.
It does look
Yeah.
more like a merman.
I think it's a
So they're doing what? They're covering mermaids right
They're
now?
not even. They're not even paying
How
attention.
do
I
you
should super chat.
accidentally-
You can't even
eat the
super
blood
chat this
of
channel
a
because
mermaid?
it's too
Fall
new.
and Your face lands right there.
See, they're trying to
Ah.
hide the channel from you, Mike.
Yes.
But we have eyes everywhere.
One more, and then we're gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, one more. Then they're done.
Here we go.
Then they're done.
You
One
wanna
more.
read this one?
Then I'm sure they'll both be
Oh, I
popping
believe this
over
was
here.
yours, Sir Michael Caine, that you
All right, here we go.
showed to
Everyone,
yourself.
this will be the last one.
Might give Siege her moment in the sun.
Time for
There
now.
are 6 other nights in
Only-
the week
Only yeah.
and
This
22
has really
other
been wearing
hours
him
in
out.
each
He's
of
not
those
used to it.
days
I'm not used to it. You know,
that
you
she could
stare
have
into the
her
abyss.
hour in the sun. This is my hour in the sun.
Only
This
fans
is
star
my
reveals
hour.
more refined text from her uncle
Ah.
about hey,
What the Smokies are we watching? Says Aaron
Hey.
Olson.
star.
Well,
of
this is
questionable.
called betrayal, Aaron.
Has
This is
shared
what
the
betrayal
cringe
looks like.
message to her uncle after he discovered what
Et
she
tu?
did for a living.
Siege.
The Three
Et
X's
tu?
actress who works
They're
at the
normies.
All right. All right. I can't do it. I
Yeah,
can't do it.
don't torture yourself, Mike. Watching that stream.
Killing me. Killing me on the inside.
Yeah.
All right. Let me find something else I can focus on here. You know what we should focus on? Here.
Monkeypox.
Share screen. This went live yesterday. The Crypto Chads, not the Mint,
Oh, nice.
mind you, but the website. So now we can prepare the marketing. They're formulating the big marketing push. We've retailored the Discord so that it's not just a monkey Discord. It's a Chimps and Chads Discord.
Oh,
So that
nice.
way I'm building on the Discord community that we already have when we start marketing the Chads. And so yeah, I mean, getting close, and then it'll be all kinds of fun. Dennis says they have twice as many viewers. Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, he likes to rub that in. Leave Mike alone.
Pointing that out. I appreciate it so much. Cartoon Siege is not the same as live Siege. Well, either way, she's dead on the inside. Because as we do know, the siege is broken.
And the siege was broken.
Poor Siege.
Anyways, here's the Crypto Chad's site live. The site is live. You can go to it's cryptochads.club to anyone who's interested in checking it out. Cryptochads.club. I'm not going to sit here and read all the stuff because that would be educational and enlightening and entertaining. And clearly, I'm not capable of doing those things on my channel. So there's a UK corporation, otherwise known as Matt. Different Matt, not this Matt.
Okay.
Is this even legal? You know, when you have to ask if something's even legal, you know it's a good deal. Relaunch Crypto Chads NFT. You can mint. There's our Funky Monkey frat house party in the background. And then the frequently asked questions. What are Crypto Chads? What are RADs? What is a launchpad? Are NFTs destroying the earth? When is the launch date? So yeah, all this stuff is up live and running. So go check it out. Do your diligent reading here. Let me write it down here for you. HTTP cryptochads.club. So it is the Crypto Chad Clubhouse. Come on in. Take your shoes off. Don't
John
trade
Wick's,
muddy feet all over the floor. What's up, Matt?
John Wick's offering his services.
For what? Oh,
Shall I disappear? Their channel.
they have thrown down in the Continental. You know that's against the rules. Yeah, so here's our docs team. I even let Matt be in front of me in the lineup. Isn't that kind of me?
Yeah, that is generous. Matthew
I mean,
Mullins. Oh, look at Jordan.
Yeah. And then the Meta Labs agency doing the web design and development and the advertising marketing. All kinds of fun. Can't wait for this to launch, and hopefully it will do very, very well and sell out in a decent short time frame. And bippity boop, boppity boop. There we go. All right. Mike should call his kids so he can get some more viewers. You know, I don't have to be here. I mean, I have to be here in my house. Oh my gosh, I was taking Isaac to tango class yesterday, and first of all, it was canceled, so we just turned around and started coming home. But man, as I was coming home, my brakes lost all pressure, so I was like going all the way to the floor, and it wasn't stopping my car. And I'm like,
those are like scenarios from movies.
Yeah. So I'm like
So
pumping the brakes to try to get him to stop the car and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? We're about a quarter mile away from an AutoZone, I know. So I drove over there. I bought some brake fluid. I was down about this much of my brake fluid, so I topped it off. I got back in the car, and as soon as I stepped on the brake, it went boom, right tight, right at the front, right?
Wow.
So I'm like, good, all right, I can drive home. So I start driving home. I get about a quarter mile away. I'm like,
oh,
no.
man.
So I pulled the car over again. I'm like, oh, maybe it's a reloaded thing. Got to refill. I go over there, I open it up, and it's still topped off. I'm like, that's no
weird.
bueno. So
Yeah.
I very gingerly drove.
No one cut your
home.
brake line, did they?
No, it's been kind of janky for like about a month. But today, like yesterday, it was just like, all the way to the floor. I'm like,
yeah, you don't want to mess around with those brakes.
Yeah. Cowering Bear says air bubble. Yeah, so I probably need to flush the line, right? Did you have to drive with the emergency brake? I did not have to, because I could pump the brakes enough to get them to work. But if I just put my foot on the brake, it would just go. All right.
It's good you didn't panic.
Yeah. So all kinds of fun.
That's a scenario you never want to have when you're driving. Brakes aren't working. I think of those type of scenarios. Like, what would I do? You know?
Yeah, panic, freak out.
Like,
And
which-
we had a bag full of Chick-fil-A
Oh,
just waiting, you know.
yeah, you don't want to waste that. Now I got a Chick-fil-A in the car.
I know, right? Oh, dude, I just discovered there's a Chick-fil-A like flipping 8 minutes from my house.
New.
I don't know if it's new, but it was. I never knew it was there. It's kind of hidden, like it's not on a main street. It's like on a secondary street next to the main street, so you can see it from the main street, but you'd kind of have to be looking for it to find it. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
why would you put a Chick-fil-A here? And why don't you put a big sign on the street that says Chick-fil-A? But
Yeah.
I was pretty stoked. So I can get me some Chick-fil-A anytime I want now. I don't have to drive all the way to Claremont for it.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. There's one off the 5 in Mile of Carway.
Where is that?
No, it's further. It's
Air Mesa?
closer. No, it's closer to probably Chula Vista or National City.
Oh, okay, right.
I don't know if that's closer. Probably not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they open up pretty. They're branching out. There's one also Mission Valley.
Where?
Mission Valley. It's off of that main road, right when you get off of where the Mission Valley Road is, like where they have a mall and everything. You just go straight.
Oh,
past
Camino de la Rio.
Del Rio, yeah.
Camino del Rio North.
Go past. You go past
Norte,
Best
sorry.
Buy.
Camino del Rio Norte.
Yeah, they got a Del Taco right after that.
Yeah. Holy crap, says Jeff Potts. Thanks, Jeff. Boy. I still need to listen to Jeff's book. I just haven't had the time. Your skin is glowing. Are you a super? I don't know why I'm so pink tonight. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, why? I didn't.
You're at the beach. You get some sun.
No, I didn't get any sun. I mean, I went outside, but I didn't. I sat in the shade, so that shouldn't.
Oh
be
yeah,
a
I
problem.
saw that. You got your ice.
Oh, you
tea?
saw my iced tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following me on Facebook, well, that's your problem because I don't accept friends from people I don't know in real life.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't that terrible? I used to have like 2,000 or 3,000 like people following me on Facebook or friends on Facebook, and then I'm like, I don't know these people. I just started deleting a bunch of them.
I
So,
even
like-
deleted people that I like because I posted up some political stuff and I didn't want them to get. I didn't want to get people heated and angry, so I'm like, I probably people.
I
who
just didn't want. I wanted Facebook to be like a real life connection thing for
Yeah,
people I
it's more
actually
personal.
know. And so I'm just like, all right, if I
Yeah.
don't know you like for real, we've not broken bread together, then in very, very rare occasions I'll let somebody be there. But mostly I was just like, okay, bye. I have a fan group. You want to go join there? I've got over 5,000 people on 2 different fan groups, so you can go be a fan. I'll post there occasionally, but yeah, Facebook is just for people I know.
Yeah, same here. I actually would have found my friends list on there.
Yeah, Alpha Proto says Facebook was depressing. I hate seeing people I know having so much fun while I'm here being sad.
They act like they're having fun.
Oh, wait. Jeff Potts says, I'm number 36 on Amazon's top 100 list of Christian fantasy.
Oh, nice. Really?
There's over 100 Christian fantasy books? Well, I know there's at least 36. Zing!
The Jeff Potts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
it's
go and get Jeff's book. It's from the sample I've listened to, it's quite good. So
Oh, it's an
I
audio
should
book.
spend the time. I gotta stop watching Crowder and all these other things and just put that on and just listen to it for however many bloody hours it'll take me to finish it. What is Christian fantasy? It's fantasy written from a Christian worldview.
Like Lord of the Rings, right?
Like Lord of the Rings. That's right. Although Tolkien would not have said it's Christian fantasy.
Yeah, I mean,
He wrote it from a Christian worldview. So
What about the other ones? Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh yeah, C.S. Lewis was adamant that it was Christian fantasy.
Yeah.
It was funny, wasn't it? Because Lord of the Rings is like, yeah, we get it. Jeff says it's fantasy with either Christian messages or overtones. Thank you very much. Broken burritos together? Yes. We break bread, we break burritos, we break pizzas, we break dishes. As long as we sat together, staring at each other while we devoured some sort of food or drinking substance.
Except we don't break for hippies.
Yeah.
Just joking.
We can break
Like-
the hippies, though.
We like hippies.
So you want to show anything you're doing right now?
Ooh. My wife just got some cool drinking collection.
Just because Kevin's not here. I'll be the pigeon.
Let me see.
This is called an elderberry smoothie.
Mm.
It's called an elderberry smoothie, and they put an immunity boost powder inside,
Oh, nice.
so it helps for under the weather.
Oh, sweet. Where'd you get that?
The nectar juice bar
Yeah, is
is
that
right
for me?
next to Ralph. Yeah, this is all for you.
Oh, thanks. You see that? My wife taking care of me. Thanks.
You're welcome. I love you.
Let me see. Oh, it looks good. It's like a nice brown color. Like I like it.
No, it's purple.
Oh, it's purple?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got you creamy chicken soup and cornbread.
Here, let's see. I'm trying to find something. Okay.
Here you go. You want it right here? Got it?
Oh,
You
yeah,
want it right
thank you.
here? I'm gonna switch, so make sure you drink it.
Okay. Here, I got, I'm going to put share screen. There we go.
I got you orange juice too.
Ooh,
I recommend no preservatives, no nothing.
thank you.
Mike is living in the future. What?
Sweetheart,
Oh, shoot. I didn't send Rabbit the
got your
link.
cornbread.
What is that?
Cornbread for your soup. Here's your meal, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's on clearance.
Where is Rabbit?
Oh,
Where
here's
is
your
that rabbit?
Where's Rabbit? There's
Silly
the
rabbit. Just for the kids.
Sweetheart, like chicken noodle and creamy chicken noodle.
Thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out.
I
Oh,
got
can
you
see.
Jello. This is the healthiest Jello because it doesn't have
Oh,
any
chicken.
junk on it.
Nice.
I got you organic buttermilk pancake waffle mix. I can make you waffles tomorrow.
Yes.
And these chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips from Kroger to put on top of the waffles. So I'll put peanut butter and chocolate chip on your waffle.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. I don't know how much I can show.
Oh, she's done?
Hmm?
Is Becky done?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
See, she was giving me a whole grocery list.
Thanks for the Cossin Food Hour.
Yeah. All organic, healthy, antioxidants. That's what we're talking about.
All the things to help you feel
Healthy
better.
living.
All the good things to help you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, I stayed up late. I was visiting in-laws. And I stayed up late doing this. Stayed up at 2 in the morning for a couple of days in a row. Oh, man.
Well, it's also the weather change. It rained
Yeah.
a lot in Oklahoma.
Yeah, rain, cats, and dogs.
And
And
then it's really hot. So
thunderstorm when we're going to fly, which is fun.
it's-
How if you ever flew in a thunderstorm? That's fun and interesting.
I feel like I don't want to interrupt your guys' conversation.
So, okay,
Oh,
now I got.
I was flying into St. Louis once, and there was this cloud over on the horizon that looked like a giant, because it was a storm cloud, and it was raining, right?
she put
So it looked like a giant
I want
freaking jellyfish
Hmm.
with like
It's
tentacles coming down
All for you.
from
What?
it. It was rad.
Hmm. Now, this was a dream you had.
No, this was me in a plane.
Gosh.
It actually sparked an idea for me. I wrote a whole story based off that idea.
Oh, cool. That's how it is with artists.
Yeah.
Comic
Yeah.
artists. You see things in life and you write it down. It has to be a good story.
Yeah, it was called City in the Sky. Total Miyazaki style concept.
Cool.
It is cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
And I did Uber like a few years ago, and I had so many cool stories that I started writing down notes of weird things. That
Yeah.
happened. And
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
gonna
I just
get
went through my old IP folder today because I needed to find something, and I was looking through these different ideas. Some of the stuff, dude, I have like fully freaking written out, and then some of it I just have like a paragraph or two of ideas I would write down. But man, hopefully we'll be able to use some of that stuff pretty soon here.
cool. Here's a little bit of a preview of another one. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
Bow and Tomahawk.
why are you zooming in and out?
I don't want to give too much away. They already revealed this one, so
You know, people can pause this.
yeah, I know. But the lazy ones, they don't want to do it.
Jeff is the fantasy fiction past, and Mike is the fantasy fiction future. What on earth are you talking about, Bear? Are you sure it wasn't smoke from gunfire? Downtown St. Louis is prone to gunfire clouds. No. This thing was massive. It was like, I couldn't even tell you. It was off in the distance. So it was. Actually, I think I took a picture of it. I wouldn't know where it is, though. That was probably almost a decade ago. Probably. What's up, you guys? What's up, Mr. Motion? I don't know why my voice is like. I'm having a hard time talking tonight. I don't know why. I've not eaten. Taco Bell does not sound good, says John Wick. All right.
Oh yeah, Taco Bell.
Yeah, St. Louis was crazy, man. It was like they always say, like, if you don't like the weather in St. Louis, just wait 15 minutes. But
Oh man, yeah.
yeah,
That's how it is in Michigan.
the Sunday I was there, it just started snowing, like sprinkling snow as we were going into the con. And then it was a Sunday, so the con was only like 5 hours. And then we left the con, and there was like a foot of freaking snow on the ground. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I was in Iowa, and it was like 70
Well, it was like
degrees.
6 inches of snow on the ground.
6 inches. Well, 6 inches is a lot, especially when you're from San
Yeah.
Diego.
Heck yeah.
Might as well be
And
on
then,
foot.
so I had to freaking drag my suitcases and stuff through all that snow to get to the subway or whatever it is, the train to get to the
Yeah.
airport. And it's like, man,
Did you have you lived in snowy climates before, right?
just a little bit.
I wasn't sure if they got snow where you were.
When I lived in Portland, it snowed a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they got
One of the
snow. I know
times
they
it was crazy because we had the nice soft snow, and then right after the soft snow, we had freezing rain. So it was like just the giant 1-inch crust of ice over the soft snow.
Oh man,
So like you could just like run on it and like crack through it, and there's big old you're like
that's
literally there's like a foot of snow underneath the frozen ice.
Was it bad driving on though?
I never had too much. Well, I got stuck once, but I had chains. So
Oh, really? You had chains? Wow, I never used them. Chains.
wait, you came to a con in my town and didn't tell me. This was literally at least 7 and probably closer to 9 or 10 years ago. I don't remember when in my career. Oh no, wait, it was early. It was one of my first years doing so it was closer to 10 years ago. I remember because that's the show I think I sold the Joker
Okay, Walker's
getting
next
killed
one.
by Superman page.
Oh
Ah,
man, I was there when this guy just walked up to you and handed you an envelope of money at San Diego. Remember, he just wanted certain pages. He didn't want to negotiate, just hand you money, and you're like, okay. No,
yeah.
you
That was
peeked in it. You peeked in it, and you're like, okay. And I go, did you know that guy? You're like, no. He just walked up and goes, I want these pages, and here's the money.
yeah, that was like $2,000.
Yeah, and you're like, you
I
just
remember.
peeked. You're like, okay. It's like, do
Yeah,
you know that guy?
Money talks.
Oh, it's funny.
And Rabbit walks. What's up, Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Hey,
How's it
Hello.
going?
yeah, it's cool, man. I'd forgotten it was on, to be honest myself. I was playing Star Wars.
Apparently, everyone forgot.
You play Star Wars on which system? Is it PC?
Playing Knights of the Republic online on PC.
Oh, okay.
It's playing online. I was
Okay.
doing some PvP, so
Yeah, you're a PC guy because you play that one. Was it Elden Ring? Is that the new one? That's like
Elden
popular.
Ring. I have played it. Yeah, I finished it ages ago, so I haven't played it.
Oh,
in a
you
while.
finished
Yeah.
it. Wow.
Well, I when you don't have much to do, you may as well just finish the games you've got. To be fair, the amount of games I have installed on my computer that I probably have only played like 5 minutes of is actually silly. But I always end up going back to the old games I like. No, yeah, I've got a PC. I mean, I've got a PS4 in the house. I don't have anything newer than that, though.
Oh, you have a PS4.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say because I know you're you're more of a PC guy, but that's
Wow.
you do have to count you.
It depends because I love fighting games and they're all better on console.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do have some on PC on Steam, but I prefer them on console. To be fair, I prefer the old school stuff like my SNES. Super Street Fighter 2 on the SNES was my favorite fighting game of all time. Probably my favorite game of all time.
Which was it called?
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo
Oh,
on the
okay,
Super
yeah.
Nintendo. Yeah. Old school.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my mates used to play that for hours. That and Soul Calibur, the first one when that came out.
Oh, Soul Calibur, man, yeah. I always like playing the really gnarly characters who just like that one guy who looked like he had no eyes or his eyes were covered.
I like Voldo.
Yeah, yeah. I always pick
Yeah.
the weird ones. I don't know the fighting style. Is just,
Yeah, he's a good character. I like playing those because then you always beat people because they don't expect it.
yeah, I like it because it's like he's a character you can do button mashing because he just does some weird moves and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Rocket Worm says, "Hey, Mike, here from Paranormals." It's Paranormals, but I finally figured out the monkey ref. Blimey. I don't know what the monkey ref was. I didn't watch Paranormals because it was on during my show.
I don't know what that is.
Paranormals used to be Elliot and Brian Shearer's
Oh, right.
show, which, by the way, I named that show. And actually, I'm the one that suggested they make a show, I think. Or was that Ethan? Anyways, I named the show.
And then they took your slot.
And then, yes, they decided that, you know what a good day to do the new Paranormals would be?
On Wednesday.
The one day I still do a show every week.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It just made sense to them, I guess.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Rad, it's so funny. Yeah. Although I don't know why it's a Paranormals now with Siege because she's anything but normal.
She's not a normie.
She's Abby normal.
Honey, do you want butter? Your
Comics
butter?
Bears asking
Sure.
if I actually have a show. Thank you, Bear.
It's
Appreciate it.
like, oh, this is what you're doing right now.
You know, I know you guys think that I couldn't try any less, but I could. I could indeed actually try less than I do now. So don't push me.
You do it for the love.
Jeez, Pontificators is on now too.
What?
Pontificators, which is supposed to be Friday, right?
That's intentional. What the?
What is going on? Why? That's all right. None of the people that watch Pontificators watch me anyways because they're all commentating.
None of them are on my my list of.
Yeah,
YouTubes.
let's see who's in there. Here, I'm gonna put it on so we can see who's in the chat. This is like the big stupid thing people do on YouTube is where they go and they
Hey,
talk about
other
other
people.
YouTubers. Which, by the way, I'm not a YouTuber, clearly, as you can all tell. Vic King! Vic is over there! What the heck, Vic? You backstab... I think he's the only one. Jude Van Halen? Wait, no. Jude doesn't come over here anymore. Who else? Is anyone there that I care? No, I don't care. He can have that audience. Keep him. Go away. I don't need your pontificating audience.
What do they pontificate on?
I don't know. I don't care. Comics, pop culture, whatever, all that stuff. Juansetto's back with 3 turkey hot dogs.
3.
Hello, everyone. I had 3 real hot dogs today. 3
I was gonna
chili
say it
dogs.
was a turkey hot dog.
I know a turkey hot dog
Yeah.
that looks like a hot dog, but it has no flavor.
I used to eat turkey hot dogs. 'Cause
It's practically tofu.
I thought it
yes,
was
John.
healthier.
John, please do. Thank you very much.
Is that John Wick?
Yeah. It's healthier in the sense that you're still eating a bunch of nitrates and nitrites and stuff that's got scooped up off the factory
That's not
floor,
real meat.
thrown
Yeah.
back into the bin, and then ground up into a fine pink soup that is squirted into a tube. But I had Hebrew Nationals today.
Oh, yeah, those
are
are good.
real hot dogs.
Well, we don't have all those kind of. You have all sorts of different like sausages for hot dogs and stuff like that. We just have just general proper sausage.
Proper.
Yeah,
You
and
can't
I
have a
like.
proper
I mean,
sausage in a hot
they're
dog.
like 97% like pork, proper meat, like farm sausages. That's what I eat. Like I like American hot dogs.
That's
They are
not a
nice, but
sausage. That's not a hot dog. When
no,
you
it's
have
not a hot dog.
sausage-
It's more of a
it's like-
sausage, I suppose.
Yeah, like a Polish dog, right? You put a Polish sausage
Like-
in a dog. It's a whole different realm.
The best, to be honest, is bratwurst, like proper German sausage.
Oh, yeah. I love
They're
bratwurst.
so good with
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sauerkraut or something.
But when we say hot dog, that's not what we're talking about.
No, I know you.
We're talking about ballpark hot
It's
dogs.
not real food.
Yeah. It's not real.
Yeah, you can get them over here. That you can get import like the jars of them, like American hot dog sauce.
Hold on, I gotta answer that.
Epic music. Oh. Yeah, just visiting in-laws. So we're out. It's funny. I live in the city, so we got to visit them and then on the country. So it's kind of
Alright.
a nice change. But it's so quiet at night. It's like I can't even. I've never experienced silence that silent where it's like
That sounds good to me. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
quite
God.
quiet where I live anyway. But
I mean, where you can hear it's so quiet you can hear it.
yeah, but
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
live in like the middle of an epic city, like the one of those horrific cities, like really big.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to hearing something.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I hate cities. I hate even small cities like Nottingham. I hate going there. There's too many people. It's not that big. I know you've probably never been, but I'm not a city person. So I like going on holiday because I've booked my first week surfing in July, so it's coming soon, and that'll be and I'll be camping. There'll be hardly anyone around. It'll be nice and relaxed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you go surfing.
Yeah. It's that time of season. I'm going a bit earlier this year, so I'm trying to avoid because all the kids and everything's back and everyone's going to be on a holiday,
Oh,
and like the height of the summer holidays, all the kids are off. You get all the kids there, which I can kind of accept. But you get all the idiots with all the money and the big cars driving around, and it's not that kind of area. I hate it. They kind of ruin it. Or like all the middle class like roaming around, own the place. It's like I just like to avoid it. When I first started going, it was just hippies selling beads and hair wraps on the beach, with people surfing and stuff. Now it's just full of like big like apartment buildings and all sorts of stuff like that. It kind of ruins it. But the season is still pretty chill. I mean, I know a lot of people that live down there, and the people that live down there is cool.
Is it? So it's kind of like. Is it?
Can we take a moment here and say hello to Kevin?
Oh, sorry. He's
Kevin.
muted though.
I know he's muted, but he's here.
We're in a monkey.
We can do our part.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
There's a lot of background noise on my end, so I muted myself. If you see me muted, probably
okay.
a good reason why.
Gotcha.
Sorry to interrupt you, Rabbit. I apologize, buddy. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. I was I'm trying to figure out what monkey that is.
Rocket Worm says it's my Earthworm Jim account. I hardly update my channel. Well, I don't know what your channel is. What do you got going on in your channel there, Rocket Worm? Anyways, I'm trying to get my here. Wait, 3826. I'll do some drawing since this is a think and draw. And we do have Elon Monk up there, but
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, just I don't know what it was.
Oh, you can tell. You can tell. It looks enough like
Elon
it
Monk.
as a monkey.
yeah, hold on.
That's cool.
Trying to figure out his
Yeah.
traits.
The billionaire monkey.
Elon Monk. Just put Amber Heard with a shovel next to him,
Mm.
like with a little bit
Oh,
of gold
yeah.
dust on the shovel. She's a gold digger. Get it?
Yeah, I'm waiting from the client to get an idea of what it maybe he wants on the T-shirt.
I ain't
I may
saying
go ahead
she's a
and just try
gold digger, but she ain't
Yeah.
going on with-
Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot that could be said about that, but there's a whole lot that could be said about both of them, I think.
Well, it's all just stupid, isn't it? Really. But I hope Johnny Depp wins just because,
Yeah.
I'd like to see him back in the movies more than anything. She can't act for anything, so she won't be missed.
No, I certainly will not miss her. Rad, he's working on Earthboy Jacobus. Wow, that's a big job. How many pages is that? That's a lot of work. So, while is it like potato camp for anybody else or just me?
Yeah,
Kevin.
On mine?
It keeps
Yeah.
going in and out of focus. Yeah.
Really, it looks clear to me on my screen for some reason.
Because your screen isn't transmitting across the galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
300
know.
plus pages.
Is
Yeah,
is
that's a
it
lot. Hold on a second.
It's
really
still
bad
so bad now.
potatoed?
Every now and then it goes perfectly clear again, and then it's not normally like this. Normally your camera's really clear, isn't it?
Yay, my daughter got a ride home.
Which is save you going out.
She's like, can you come get me?
Hey,
I'm like,
everybody that's out there and this and that.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, I didn't say hey.
No, but you never should have gave it up.
I don't know about that. If I'm gonna get the comparisons to Fat Albert, I'm not doing it.
That's not it. Hey.
I love that show.
Albert. All right. Slurping.
Oh,
stuff.
that was
I'm gonna guess-
Malin that did that. That's it was okay. Yeah, I was
What?
trying to remember where that started from.
What? Hey. Or Fat Albert.
Yeah, with the Fat Albert thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Is that a commission? Yeah, that's
Amy
a custom
Lester's-
commission. Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you don't know. But the floor on
Mine good.
where is? Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. Custom Genesis, the Custom Genesis collection. Tomorrow. All right, so here's the deal. You go to the buy it now. Hold on, let me share. Stop screen, share screen. Share screen.
Oh, that's nice, Kevin.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Oh, Kevin was showing something and I'm totally ignoring him.
That's okay. Go do what you're gonna do. It'll be
So
here
here's
still.
here's the buy it nows on the customs collection. 0.7 with Kevin's Carnage. That has a day left on it. That's going to expire tomorrow. And then the floor price is 1 ETH,
Who?
right? I'm going to raise the prices. I haven't decided when, but very soon I'm going to raise the prices for guest artists to 1 ETH. So I'll have to figure out a date, but obviously if the floor price is going to be 1 ETH, then I'm not going to keep, selling them for half that price to get people customs. The floor price is the floor price. The price, the bottom price has to rise with the floor price of the collection. So yeah, pretty soon here we'll be moving on up to 1 ETH guest custom pricing.
So which ones are these ones?
The customs, Genesis customs.
They're just all the customs that have been done recently.
Yeah. And
Cool.
so here we just did one, and this one just killed me to do. Wait, where's recently created? Oh, not buy it now. Turn this off. Eden was super hella late on hers, so this one was 0.1 ETH. But Octopi ordered it like 6 months ago, and Eden just got around to doing it.
No, I thought I took a while.
And I'm like, it's literally, a tenth of the freaking floor price. I'm like, anyways, yeah, that's life, funny as it seems. So that's what's going on. Where are the monkey feet? We don't really worry about monkey feet. LOL, Goblin King Monkey. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw the
Russell
Daily
Cohen,
Bear
what's
one.
up, Russell? Love the customs. Yeah, it's just such a great collection. Let's reminisce on the
That's
customs.
cool.
We've got Kevin and me and Elliot and me and
I love
Edith
that samurai one.
and Kevin. Wait, what's Samurai? Oh yeah, this
Oh,
one.
the guy, the spear is cool.
Yeah, I can't remember what anime that's from.
Yeah, I know it's an anime. You can tell the hair, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Then we got the Zach. This is a Madams and Monsters one. Then Siege. You
That
remember
was nice.
Siege? She's the one with the knife in my back.
Oh yeah.
Another Kevin. Kevin stars quite a bit in this collection.
I've noticed it does a lot recently.
Yeah. Zach. Weldon. This is Weldon's first, I believe, was the Doctor Strange. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Another Siege. Another Eden. Ben Herrera. Zach again. Me. Kevin. Me. Oh my gosh, why am I Gary? Oh, his name's right here on the corner. Ben, Kevin, Kanan, me, Eden, again, another lovely one. Kevin, Kanan, me, Eden, Kevin, me. I should buy this one back and get rid of it. Me, Siege, me. Oh, Siege. Me. Oh, me. This was the first female monkey, I think. Oh, no, wait. Did Siege do the first female?
Did she?
They were female ones.
This was the first female.
I did 2 females. That was like I was kind of nervous about it because I was thinking, how am I make a female monkey look attractive?
Oh, look, Vic King stepping away from the pontificators for a moment to say hello. Hi, Vic. How are you doing? I'm just guilting everyone tonight. You're all traitors. There's the Doug TeNapel one, the one and only. Zach, me, Siege, Zach, Brian Shearer. Brian's one of 3 that Brian has done. Me, Kevin, Zach. Oh, what a story for these, man. So the guy who initially ordered these, Pandy Bear. We got a bus I can throw this guy under? Pandy Bear got all persnickety, and then he was one of our moderators, and he ordered these 3, and then what was it? He said he had to leave. He didn't agree with what we were doing at the frat because of the number of customs that I was saying, because originally it was 200 and then we couldn't fit it into the thing. So I was like, we should, leave it up to the community, because that's the way we do things. And if the community votes, and then so the community voted, like it was like tied, like 200 to 1,000 for the collection. I'm like, why don't we just split that difference and make it 500, which isn't really the difference, but it was just kind of a good number. And everybody was cool with that, except Pandy Bear, who got his knickers in a twist and friggin' and wanted to leave. And so on his way out, he's like, "Oh, I want to sell my this is such stupid drama." He said, but he wanted to sell his customs, so he told was it Chuki? I think it was Chuki, like that he had paid like way more for them than he did. And so Chuki's like, okay, I'll buy him out from you. But instead of buying him out from him for 0.1 ETH each, he bought him for like 0.25 ETH each, I think. Something like that. So some crazy thing where it's like he totally lied his freaking butt off. And on the way out the door, he called me homophobic because that's why I wasn't listening to him, because he's gay. I'm like, bro, you were a moderator here for a while. We treated you with the utmost respect. We wanted you to be part of the community, and because you disagree with me, suddenly I'm homophobic. Okay, this is how certain people react. But anyways,
Nutty.
it was so much stupidity. But good riddance to Pandy Bear, because now they're worth the floor price is almost an ETH now. So sucks to be you. And plus, these get all the freaking not royalties. They get the airdrops, they get the random airdrops, they get whitelists, they get all this utility if you own a custom. And there it is. What it is. Javer says, still love my custom. Yeah, I love your custom too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Beats Bears Battlestar Galactica. Mike, love you, dude.
Yeah.
What's up, Vic? The other Vic. Vic, just saying. No, you my boo, Mike. All right.
I'm going to bow out for now just because my wife made me some food, chicken noodle soup.
You do it, bro.
So, good seeing you guys.
Carson.
All right, man. Peace.
Okay, you have a good night.
Yeah.
Later.
Good to see you, brother.
So here's Elliot. Elliot's first one was the Rocky chimp. Not really Rock. Was it Rocky? I don't know. Just a beat up chimp, I guess. Yeah, it was supposed to be the Rocky chimp, I think. And then Kevin, Zach, Kevin, Elliot, Kevin, me. Oh, and then a bunch of these. Yeah, those are all me. We don't have to go through the whole thing. There's a whole bunch of them now. And honestly, my voice is getting dry. I'm drying up over here. I don't think we're going to do the full 2-hour show tonight, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm still trying to get over whatever my daughter had, but she had a stomach bug and it's went its way
really?
around us, and it's not fun. Yes. This one in particular seems pretty hardcore because it's lasted for like days for me. But the one good thing is finally with the customs and stuff, like I was able to get another car.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it's used, but we ended up, my fiance, she got a car, and then like just weird serendipity, my sister was like, hey, I'm getting rid of this one. Do you want it? And it's got, it's in good shape. It's got a lot of miles, but it's good shape. And I was like, yeah, I think I could use another SUV since we lost ours. And finally got that. So, man, the last few months have sucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Well,
the last few
I'm
months
glad the community here could help you out with these customs.
Yeah.
Because
That was huge.
I
That
knew
was-
as they were coming in, and they were coming in majority for you. I was like ordained, you know. I was like the serendipity of it all. Aaron Olson asks, can one order a custom crypto Chad yet? Is that already a thing? You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about
was
it
wondering.
today. I was really
Do
thinking
they-
about it today. If I should, allow the Genesis Custom Collection to also include Chads, or do a separate Chad Custom Collection. I don't know. I'll have to think about it and talk about it with the community and see what everybody thinks. Because I know people are going to want Chad Customs, but I don't know what I would do for utility unless I just stuck them in the regular Customs collection. And if that's the case, then I would probably just do them myself and in the Chad style, because the whole point of it is that they look, I don't want just random drawing buff dude, whatever, right? So it'd have to be in the style in order for it to match. But if that were the case, I would probably do them at the floor price. So does mixing the Genesis Customs mix up the Launchpad thing? I don't quite understand the question, Aaron. Oh yeah, what kind of car did you get?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got a Ford Escape and a 2008 Ford Escape, and then we had a Honda. We had a copper-colored Honda Element, and long story with that one. But anyway, we took it to place to get fixed. They gave it back to us, said it was fixed. Then it over like 7 miles down the road, all in this little town. We were out getting some lunch from the shop after picking it up. Like hour later, we're having lunch at the town over, the college town over. And when we're driving back, it overheated and blew the engine. An hour from picking it up.
Wow.
It took us about an hour to eat lunch.
How do you even do that? What was it? The radiator?
No. Here's what happened. I'll get into it since you asked. All right. So the car was having some heating up issues. It wasn't overheating, but the little middle mark on it, it would kind of waver. Like it'll waver, go down, go up, that kind of deal. And I was like, well, we got to do something about that. And my first thought was it was probably a thermostat. So there was this one place in town that we normally get it worked at. I chose not to get it worked at there. Was getting the town over because they didn't have any time. They were going to wait. The earliest time they had was like a Thursday. So the next day, my dad comes up, and I'm driving the car, and the car had been loosey-goosey in the back end a little bit, and my dad was down that next day. And I go over to meet him over at my fiance's shop where she works, and he goes, the back end, the tires are ducking in, kind of like angling in. I was like, okay, I don't know what the heck's going on with that. So I was like, okay, this is an immediate thing. I'm not going to wait till Thursday. I called the nearest shop, or the next shop that we knew, and it was a shop over in the next town over.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I said, hey, I need you guys to take a look at it. They took a look at it, and it was the struts. And I told them it was looking like it's trying to overheat or something's going on goofy with it. And I thought it might be the thermostat. So they took a look at it and they said, oh, it's your radiator. You got a hole in the radiator. And we're going to replace the hoses, this and that. The radiator. I said, all right, sure, whatever. So we dropped like $2,600 on all the repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Got the vehicle back. Drove. that day they were like, "Oh, you're ready to go. Everything's good. It's running good." We tested it for like an hour. I ran it for an hour. Let the engine run. It's running good. Got the new radiator. Blah blah blah. So we're like, "Hey, let's go over to Blacksburg and go grab a sandwich or something like that, and then we'll come back and because my fiance's father was with us, and he drove his truck, drove us up there to get it, and he left his truck there. So we drove up there. We were coming back after we ate. We were coming back and hit a traffic jam. There's basically a little bypass that runs from where Blacksburg is and where Christiansburg is, and there's a bypass that runs for about 6 or 7 miles. And we were on the bypass and we hit a patch of traffic where they were doing landscaping work on the median. And as we hit the traffic, the heat started just go insane on the car. And I was like, oh crap. So I turned it off. I got it pulled over and turned it off. And she's calling the shop saying, hey, you guys are getting ready to close and the car's overheating. I thought you all were supposed to fix that. And they said, well, bring it in. And she said, well, we're sitting over here and it's overheating. We're sitting over here. And they were like, yeah, just drive it on in and we'll take care of it.
Just
And I
drive
asked
on
her,
it.
yeah. And I said, hey, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, they're saying drive it on in. And I was like, okay. And we had like 3 miles to go. And we're stuck in traffic. So the traffic starts moving. And I was like, okay. And I drove it in. And about the time we got off the exit to go to where the shop that is, the engine blew. I mean, it just died and everything went. And I was like, that's it. I won't even say what I said because it's a family show.
Yeah.
And
What did
I was
they
like,
say though?
huh?
What did they say?
What do you mean they say? Oh yeah, well we were like, hey, it's y'all's fault. Y'all
Yeah.
told us number one to drive it in, and they were like, okay, we'll pay for the towing and we'll tow it back here and work on it. And I was like, I don't know, I ain't got a good feeling on this. Anyway, the next day they pull us in and they have another mechanic that was over there. This young kid, he was telling me, well, you warped the head by driving it while it was hot. How long have you been driving it while it's hot? I said, dude, I haven't been driving it while it's hot. It's been fluctuating, and I don't know what's going on. If anybody's ever seen a malfunctioning thermostat, what it'll do, you'll see the meter kind of the meter will go up and down. You know, like if this is your midpoint for your temperature, sometimes it'll go up a little bit, go down, go up a little, and you can pretty much guess it's maybe a bad thermostat or something like that. And I said, dude, I haven't been driving it but a couple of days and very sporadically, and I just noticed it and I called you guys. Well, so we got to arguing. I said, it's their fault. And I finally escalated it to the companies because it's a chain, it's a branch. And I finally escalated it up to the company heads. And then they called us and told us to describe what had happened and this and that. And the other shop saying that it was something I did. And I told them, I said, how is it anything I did, considering that the guys said they fixed it, they looked at it, put new radiators in, gave it to us and said it's good to go. And then it blew 7 miles afterwards. And you guys told me to bring it in.
Yeah.
You know, my fiance was on the phone with them while we were on the side of the road.
Right.
And finally they escalate, or they had to have their insurance go over everything, and they were going to basically take care of our claim. And everybody I knew was telling me, dude, you're going to be screwed because it's their people and they're just going to find us wrong and find you're wrong. And anyway, they closed the case out after a month and a half and said that it was our fault and that the heat damage, that we drove it with heat damage in their notes. It said that we drove it with heat damage.
Wow, that's such bullcrap.
Yeah, exactly. I sat there going, I was like, how is that possible? So, yeah, we were, because everything, you know, anybody, you know, everything told me is like, don't drive the car. And they were telling me drive the car in. And I was like, I don't know about that. But,
yeah.
You know, man, you don't even know. yeah, I'll stop because I'll just say things and get mad. But I wouldn't recommend NTB to anybody. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Lord Nemesis suggests you should have gotten a tow truck.
I shouldn't have got, well, the way we work. Well, all right. Well, here's the thing. Number one, I'm not paying to tow the car when they worked on it. Plus, number two, we were on the side of a median. To explain it, like there one lane. Well, I can't even. I don't even know how to do this without trying to show you guys. Let's see if I can show my finger. There's 2 lanes here, and then each of my fingers
Looks
there.
like 2
There's
fingers.
2 lanes, and traffic was becoming 1 lane, and we were on this road right here, this shoulder. So the 2 lanes were becoming 1 because of the landscaping work on the median, and we were over to the side off the shoulder. And I'm not even sure a tow truck could have got there, the way it was situated with all the traffic. And because this was like 5 o'clock, they were getting ready, or 5:30 or so, and they were getting ready to close, and businesses were closing. So there's like this main road we were on, this bypass actually bleeds into West Virginia. So all this traffic was coming from West Virginia. And but the thing about it was I was on the phone with them, and they told my fiance, hey, just bring it in.
Yeah, you know,
And-
you might be able to take him to small claims court.
Yeah, maybe.
I
but
think
the
just
problem
the
is-
threat of taking them to small claims court, they'd probably pay it.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I kind of just,
Yeah, dude, that something sort of similar happened to me when I was like 19 years old
mhm.
or 18 years old, except it was totally my fault. So we had just bought this 1985 Honda Civic off this used car lot, and as I was driving it home, I'm just driving like I normally do, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. I'm on the highway. I'm doing 60, 70 because I'm in fourth gear, and then I go to put it in fifth gear, and I accidentally put it in third gear. And so my engine just goes, my red line just goes, maxes out my red line. I take it out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I freaked out, but it was like still driving. I'm like, okay, all right, that was all right. So I drive it home, pull it in the parking lot, admire my new car. I'm all stoked and everything. I go to get back in it like a couple hours later. It won't even, the starter won't move the engine at all. The entire engine had seized up because when I redlined it like that, it melted all the valves all the whatever plastic is in the engine. It melted it, and when it cooled down, it solidified again. So it was working while it was all melted.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
And the entire engine just seized. And so my dad was like, you sold my son a lemon. He's like, we just got it home. We only live 2 miles away and blah, blah, blah. And so they paid for me to get an engine replacement, which back in the day, dude. So back in the day, I don't know if Japan still does this, but back in the 90s, dude, Japan had this rule where they would only allow cars to be 2 years old. So all the cars in Japan, you go buy a brand new car, after 2 years, you have to junk it.
Mm-hmm.
It was this most bizarre, crazy rule, but I guess it's
Oh my god!
After a couple of years, your car starts losing fuel efficiency and all that crap, I guess. But so
Where's that at? Is that in California?
No, Japan.
Oh, Japan. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So what you would get is all of these like 2-year-old engines from Japan.
Yeah.
And they were like $500 for practically
wow.
a brand new engine, right? So yeah, I just got this $500 brand new engine imported from Japan for my Honda, and they just popped that in, and there you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dang, I wish I could have done that. I did.
I don't think they do it anymore. I think maybe they realized that was really stupid.
Yeah, maybe so.
But Japan,
maybe.
they freaking recycle everything, man. That's why
wow.
there's no old cars over there because they're all just recycled. The metal, everything gets recycled.
That's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, it's a bummer because we really like that Element, but we sunk so much money, and I see Jason Bernard commented if you want to think I think he could have won a lawsuit, might not be worth the lawyer fees. Yeah, that's the whole point, was that we were weighing like here the car has 200-some thousand miles on it, because the Elements, if you keep them in good condition, will last forever. But the problem was, you weigh, it's like how much we just socked out $2,600 in repairs, and then now the engine's blown, and they were trying to get $2,200 out of us again, and it's like, do you sock out the money for that? Do you pay for the lawyer fees to fight it?
Yeah.
And they knew that. I think that's part of the thing is, like, when we were talking to the insurance guy, he was like, here's how slimy the guy was. He was like talking to my fiance, and I happened to walk in while he was talking to her, and he had this really condescending tone to her, and he goes, well, now, were you checking the fluids every day and every night when you get back home? Did you check all the fluids in the car? I do that every day and every night. I came on and said, BS, man. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody freaking does that. Are you kidding me?
Checks their car's fluid levels every day and every night. And I was like, dude, I don't know where you're coming from, but here's what happened. And I'm going to tell you the story because I was behind the wheel. And here's what happened. And that dude was just such a jerk. And I just knew, I was like, man, it's bad mojo. I could just tell he's slimy and that we're not going to win this one. I knew talking to him and hearing it the way he was talking, I was like, well,
yeah, but you'd win if it was in front of a jury.
Yeah.
Or even a judge, dude. Just any rational judge would be like, get the hell out of here. You're paying for this.
Yeah. I think so too. If we could have afforded a lawyer, that's the other thing, because we're
dude, you don't need a lawyer. Small claims court.
Small claims. You don't even need a lawyer in small claims?
I don't think so.
Huh.
It's like taking it in front of Judge Judy, right?
Yeah. Vic says, does Kev live in California too? No, I don't live in California. Oh, here's Vic. Tell Kev to find himself a Mexican shop. That's racist. Sorry. Stay away from Middle Eastern owned mechanics and tell them you want to replace. Yep, here we go. That's racist. Tell them you want to replace your cylinder head. Cost you like $400. Oh, you're killing me, Vic.
No, it's probably true. There's a my neighbor's Mexican, and I took after my son smashed the crap out of my mom's Celica. I took it by this one shop or I didn't take it by there. I showed him a picture of him. I'm like, can you give me a rough estimate for this? He's like, I can't really give you a legit estimate without seeing the car, but just from looking at it, it would be at least $5,000 to fix. And then I was talking to my neighbor, and he's like, oh no, man, I got this place down there. he's like, take it there. I don't know, $1,200.
Cool.
I'm like, all right. But he gave me the number, and I'm like, it's like, bro, you got to freaking. They haven't found the parts or whatever. I don't have the time to just like track these people down and force them to work on the car.
To put this in context for people that may not understand, we had just our my stepson had just smashed up a in very nice shape little Suzuki had just gotten. He had smashed the front end, didn't tell us about it, and then got hit by a bus in the back end. Shortly,
so it's an accordion now.
Well, no, one side of it it's in the back especially is pretty bad, but it body work wise, it still runs and it's still, if you could get the body work done. So we've been kind of right after that. We were already figuring out like, what are we going to do about that? And we had chunked out all this money for the car, and we kind of ate into our savings. And then we had the water heater. That was the other thing. A water heater where it was located. It's in our bedroom, and it basically what had happened was it rusted under the bottom, and somehow it rusted under the bottom, and finally just went, and it was leaking water into the floor, and part of the floor around it was warping and stuff. So it was all busted, and all that floor had to come up. So we had to fix the floor. We had his accident. We had the car, all happened within the span of like a couple of months. And this water damage, and we would just, most of our savings, our savings were just gone. And yeah, it was one of those things. So where we were the car was the last thing. So we had to sit here and weigh. It's like, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to pay to fix it? B, are we going to pay a lawyer and hope we recoup the money with no guarantee we win it? My voice is getting dry too. So it was all that. So it was really just one thing after the other, and we were just like, man, I don't know what's happening, but it needs to stop a little bit. And so the customs were a huge help. So I want to say thank you to anybody who was within the sound of my voice that got a custom, because that was
very much helpful. No.
Yeah.
That was the great part about it. It was like all those started coming in, and I knew you needed it. I'm like, this is rad.
Yeah, that was, dude. I thank you 100 times over, because that was so. It's not even so much with so much happening. It was more like just the mental beatdown from it, and exhausting as it was. We were all at our throats because we were all tense from it and from everything happening.
Well, it's funny, dude, because we just kind of lived through just everything up until recently. Like it wasn't really stressing me out that much, but like everything was just kind of falling apart around us. Our washing machine, or our dryer broke, and our refrigerator broke. The transmission on the Camry broke. The what was it? My Integra wouldn't start. And the air conditioner on the Pilot was out, which is like, it was like our one car we could use. And like, dude, when it gets 90 degrees out here or something like that, it's it was just like everything. Yeah. Everything was like just happening all at once, and I was like, thank God, thank God for NFTs, because I just started, and it was like in 1 month, I was like, the Integra was in the shop, the Passport, or not the Passport, the Pilot was in the shop, and the Camry was in the shop all at the same time. We were using a rental car, and we bought a new refrigerator, we bought a new dryer, got a new dishwasher, which frankly we haven't had in over a decade, because the last dishwasher like quit out after like a year or something. I'm like, forget it, dude. These things suck anyways. I hate dishwashers. But it was like when my wife went to go buy the new refrigerator, she's like, oh, we can, they're having a sale right now. We can get this $750 dishwasher for like $200. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal. You take the good deal and you can get it.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It was so all of that stuff, it was just like gradually accumulating around me, and everything was falling apart. And I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no kid, man.
Because those are big ticket items you don't want to, you'll put off as long as you can. The refrigerator, obviously, I couldn't put off because, we had just, our previous refrigerator quit out. So
Yeah.
I and my mom was like, we have to buy a fridge. We have to buy a fridge. I'm like, I can't freaking buy a fridge right now. Those things are crazy expensive. And so we had this old fridge in the garage that had like, it was like an ant trap because there was like a little tiny hole in the seal in the freezer. And so for some reason, ants were super drawn to that hole. So ants, like an army of ants, would come in there and just die. And so in the bottom of the freezer, there was like it looked like a pile of coffee grounds in the bottom of the freezer. And it was just all dead ants.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, while my wife's gone, because I know she doesn't want this thing because she knows it's disgusting in the garage. She's gone for like a few hours. I drag that thing out of the garage and I hose it down and I'm like getting every chemical I can, bleach, whatever, and just scrubbing the crap out of it and clean the whole thing out and then like put it in the house and plugged it in to see if, make sure it worked. And she comes home and I'm like, oh, look, the fridge works. And so that was like our Band-Aid fridge that lasted for, gosh, I'm gonna say we had that thing in there for about a year.
Oh, okay.
Year and a half. But then that died, and then that was just recently. So like,
oh man,
you do what you have to, right?
Yeah. There's a point where you, at least as far as I know, there's a point where you can't do any more band-aiding and you're just going to have to bite the bullet and buy something.
Yeah.
And
and of course I'm biting the bullet at the time when inflation is worse than it's been in 40 years.
I was going to follow up with that. Of course, all this happens when the crypto or the certain particular crypto or whatever all across the board is kind of taking a dip, and
at the same time the inflation is freaking
Yeah. So the stuff that I had in savings isn't worth as much, and all this stuff is going on.
Yeah.
It's like, argh.
Hey man, you just gotta grin and bear it.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
You still, still alive. You still got a pulse. That's what matters. Buy the dip, Alpha Proto. I don't know what your crypto situation is, but yeah, I'm not saying that crypto won't go down further. In fact, I'm kind of guessing it will, but right now these prices are incredible. These are really, really good prices. And even if it goes down another 20%, well, just don't buy it all right now. I'd be dollar cost averaging, like every week. If I wasn't already all in crypto, then yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Although I have another investment I'm doing quite well in, man. That I'll probably be sticking out through. I don't need to talk about that. I'm just.
Do not listen to Vic. Do not listen to Vic in the chat. Do not listen.
Cryptos RS says huge bounce soon, and whales are spending millions on long shorts, expecting a huge gains. I don't know what Cryptos RS is. You need $60, dude. It's $100 to fill my tank. California is stupid. There's nothing. There's no. You can't get gas for less than $6 here.
Yeah, mine's about 50.
Yeah, and my I have to put premium in the Integra, so it's almost $7.
Oh. What were you saying, Rabbit? If Rabbit say something,
he did.
It's just petrol. Generally, it's just very expensive for running cars. Here it is as well. It just keeps going up constantly. Like every week it's gone up, and then another week it's gone up. It just doesn't seem to be stopping. I mean, I don't drive, but my brother drives, and he's just like complaining about it constantly, and I completely understand why. The thing is, the people that distribute it could afford to lower it a bit, but they just don't, do they? They've got the opportunity to put it up as much as they want at the minute.
Oh, you mean like the oil companies?
Yeah.
Or the gas stations?
I mean, all of them. I mean, they can do what they want at the minute. Like it's like the same with
Well, they really
Power
can.
at the minute.
Here, let's look it up. What is the actual? The profit margins for oil is actually very slim. The reason they make so much money is because they do so much volume. The average net profit margin for oil and gas production was 4.7% in 2021 and 31% in Q4 2020. What? Oh, the margins are volatile. So, yeah, I don't want to read this whole thing, but oh my gosh, in Q3 it was negative. Oh no, it was what was it? Q2 it was 3.2%. Q3 it was down 1.4%. And Q2 and negative 22% in Q1 for a 12-month trailing average. So average across the year it was 4.7%. I mean, that's just not a very big profit margin. And if you're going to be like, hey, let's cut our gas prices by 5%, you just made them lose money. There would be no point for oil companies to make oil or gas if you cut their profit by 5%, or you cut the prices by 5%. Isn't that crazy? That's how close it is. It's not. People think it's like, oh, they're making billions of dollars. Yeah, I know, but they're making billions because they sell trillions, right? It's like it's not that easy to make profits, digging crude out of the ground and refining it and all that kind of stuff. It's just it's all a matter of scale. And I'm not a huge fan of the oil companies, so don't take this as me defending them. I think they're the ones that have been keeping like water-powered cars and stuff off the market for the past 40 years. But still, that's just the reality of it. There's not a lot of room to wiggle for them. The most, if you wanted to lower prices on fuel, the government could stop charging 17% tax on every gallon.
Yeah.
At least in California, that's what they do. Wait, let me see. It might be worse in California. Average tax in California on a gallon of gas.
Oh yeah, Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, the gas here is about $4.39, so it's pretty close to your $4.50.
Hold on a second. La, 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 la. Okay, this was way back when regular was average $4.31. 51 cents California state excise gas. 18.4 cents federal excise tax. 12.7 cents sales tax. Storage fee $2. Fuels under the cap, which is a greenhouse control program, 15 cents. That's how much we're getting taxed in California on gas. So the 5% profit margin that the oil companies make, that's a canard to steer you away from the fact that the government is making all the money off of the fuel prices.
That makes sense.
It's crazy, right?
Yep.
The government wants us to push us towards electric vehicles. Yeah, let's not get into how much of the planet we're going to devastate digging up all the lithium, cobalt, copper. What are the other minerals you have to dig up for 600 pounds worth of battery in your car that only lasts 5 years until it has to be thrown away because you can't recycle a used battery? This is the dumbest freaking. we're going to save the environment by making all these. It's so stupid. Like you get the packages, you get buy your little AAA batteries, and they're like, don't throw these away. You can't put these in landfills. They can't be recycled either. They have to be. It's like, well, what the hell are you going to do with them? And what are we going to do when we've got 100,600,000 batteries being recycled every year just in America? Give me a break. This is nonsensical solutions. That's I firmly believe the water car, man. You guys know that's real, right? I've shown that before, haven't I?
I've seen something about that. Like,
Let's go.
was it Bob Lazar who was saying? The guy that used to work at Area 51 or whatever. They had showed a video where he had made a water powered car.
Watch this. This is Reuters. This is from Reuters in the 90s. I don't think I shared the audio, but it just drives on nothing but water. Is there any audio? Can you guys hear it at all?
I can't hear any audio, but I can see it.
Okay, well, this is basically a technology that was created by Stanley Meyer in the 70s, I think 1973. And it's basically you use electrolysis to separate the two most explosive gases in the universe, hydrogen and oxygen, which is what combine to make water, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you use electrolysis, it separates the gases into hydrogen and oxygen, or hydroxy, which is instead of H2O, it's like HO2 or something like that. But it becomes a combustible gas, and then you can use that to run stuff. It's a flammable gas. I mean, there's torches that they sell that are run off of hydroxy gas, right? And that was in Reuters, and they're like, yeah, this is going to be hitting the market. That was the 90s. It's the 2020s.
Yeah.
It is what happened to that technology? But this is the one here. Stan water fuel cell car. That's a really long one. All right, so here's the basic. This guy totally reminds me of my dad. So this is a hydroxy cylinder where you're taking water, any old water, you add some electrolytes to it, like salt or baking soda or something like that. And then you run electricity through it, and like when those bubbles come up, those bubbles, that's hydroxy gas.
Oh, okay.
All those bubbles that it's creating, it's all flammable.
Huh.
And then when the flame ignites, the resulting gas, guess what it is?
What?
Water.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
When it ignites, it recombines back into water.
That's
literally
weird.
Your pollution is steam.
Oh, wow.
And this technology is 50 freaking years old. And what are we doing? We're building 600-pound batteries for cars.
Wouldn't make the money.
And look at all these are all patents. He got all these patents, right, for this. Those are legit from the United States Patent Office. And then he gets murdered right before he was about to go in production.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the oil companies. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Somebody in the chat saying VMRE saying it's a scam. You have to put more energy into it than what you get out.
Incorrect. And here's let me show you the hydroxy torch. So here's the I don't know which one this is, but I haven't seen this one. Oh, he's making hydroxy. So this is the do-it-yourself at home. He's he's taking all that technology that Stanley Meyer invented, and he's just making like homemade fuel cells to create hydroxy gas. Right. So this is all. It's gone from something that's patented and about to go into production with a Swedish car manufacturer to things that hobbyists now only do at home because.
Are those aluminum muffin tins? that he has in
No,
there?
they got to be. I think they have to be steel.
Oh, okay.
It's not a perpetual motion machine. That's like saying gasoline is it's water. It's because you can separate the gas and then that gas becomes combustible. You're taking something from an inert state to a kinetic state, right? I don't know what he's creating a torch. There's actually, I don't know why he's doing, there you go. So that's a bubbler. So that's all the hydroxy gas coming out, and he just lights the torch up. And that's water. And then, like, there's your water being used to see that stuff dripping off the end. That's water as it recombines.
Huh. I'll have to look that up. That seems interesting.
Yeah. It needs energy to separate the HHO. Oh, I know.
So can you combine that with stuff like solar power as well?
Yeah, why not, right?
I mean, obviously solar power is kind of a thing. I mean, I know quite a few places like around here have got solar power.
I use solar. What are you talking about? Solar's kept me from having to pay $800 a month and freaking fees for. But look at that, dude. He's holding it an inch away from the tip with his bare hands. There's no heat being generated into the metal. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it is.
But there's one of these that you can actually buy. I was trying to look for that, not this little cheap piece of crap. I think this is probably it. Yeah. Hydrogen water torch. I just want to see the torch, man. Yeah. Anyways, I get it's a special HHO torch. Yeah. I think I'm just going to buy a donkey. It runs on grass and water.
It's renewable.
Yeah, so I don't know. I get irritated. Hey, look, you say now show the magnetic devices. Bro, the freaking car in Japan. Here, hold on. Dude, this is a news report. Hold on, let me do this so you can actually hear the. I get really passionate about this because I just get so irritated that this technology hasn't been. Imagine if Elon Musk had been spending billions of dollars developing this technology instead of 600-pound unrecyclable batteries.
Here at 6 o'clock, an age-old dream becoming a reality. A local inventor has discovered a way, hear this, to use water to run your car.
It's a major breakthrough that will no doubt make motorists happy. And as Ralph Robinson explains, the Pentagon is also showing lots of interest in this project.
Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Meyer's invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
I don't care if you use rainwater, well water, city water, ocean water. If you don't have any fresh water, go ahead and use snow. If you don't have any snow available to you, they use salt water because there's no adverse effect to the fuel cell.
Myers started working on this project 4 years ago. He's not a scientist. He isn't even a chemist. In fact, he never graduated from college. Myers was determined, he says, to design something to protect this country from oil embargoes.
And we have calculated that if we take the dune buggy from Los Angeles to New York, we would roughly use 22 gallons of water.
The Pentagon flew a lieutenant colonel in last week to look at Myers' invention. There's talk of possibly using it in the Star Wars defense program and to run army tanks. Myers is currently perfecting a water fuel cell for cars. It will cost about $1,500. He says it won't need any maintenance, and you won't have to replace it. It'll be at least 2 years before the fuel system goes into mass production. The day it happens will be one the fuel industry hates, but it'll put a smile on the face of those who've had to say at one time or another, fill her up. I'm Ralph Robbins.
As you can see, many patents have already been received, and many more are forthcoming. To date, over 42 patents have been applied for.
That's cool.
And he disappeared or died. Is that what happened? That sounds sketchy.
No, he was murdered. He was,
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, you can see how it's like what they're talking about. There's a lot of companies that would lose out a lot of money.
Yeah, he was literally at a dinner meeting with a Swedish auto manufacturer who was going to be. They're working out the deal to build cars using his technology, and he got up from the table in the middle of dinner, walked outside, and died. He was poisoned during that dinner.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can kind of when the work they were going on about it, you can kind of see it coming. I suppose. It's sad, really.
What a different world we would live in right now.
Oh no, that would be a lot better,
right?
It?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you could probably run planes and stuff on it. You'd still need fossil fuels for bigger. I don't know. Actually, with 50 years of development, you probably wouldn't. With 50 years of development, you could probably run just about anything on water. But unfortunately, you can go to the ocean and get as much as you want for free. So oil companies aren't real hip on that. And you know who the oil companies have in their pockets? That's
everybody, pretty much.
Politicians, yeah. Where was Hillary when it happened? Yeah. Aaron says, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're basically talking about hydrogen cars, but hydrogen only has about 1/4 the energy potential of most carbon chains, and splitting the H2O and HHO is inefficient. Those cars were running. The Japanese one, which was, again, in the 90s, very similar technology. I don't know exactly if they were using the exact same technology. Probably not, because it's the Japanese, so they improve on everything that we create. But yeah, I mean, hydrogen is very explosive gas, and yes, you can run a standard engine. This was the funniest thing. You ever watch Mythbusters? Mythbusters tried to bust this myth, so they made their own hydroxy bubbler and all of this stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, see, it doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, because they totally, sometimes you don't get it right the first time. But they're like, yeah, you can't even run a car off of hydrogen. He's like, watch this. And then they stuck the hydrogen pipe into the carburetor, and the car was running. And they look so stupid, like the looks on their face, like, oh, I guess you can. Yeah, you just stick hydrogen in the carburetor of a normal gas vehicle, and it'll run.
I used to watch Mythbusters. I'm gonna have to check that out then.
Yeah. It was probably not running on hydrogen. Oh my god. You know what? It really doesn't even matter. The technology is 50 years old, and the creator was murdered. So obviously, I mean, think about just having 50 years of development on any technology. Where were we 50 years ago with these computers?
We didn't even have proper phones, like mobile phones or anything. Yeah,
I was still using a freaking rotary.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with originally.
Bloody hell.
Yep.
then mobile phones appeared. They were big clunky things with big aerials and
Yeah.
dial-up modem. I mean, didn't used to have the internet. There's a lot of things. A lot of things have changed in a very short amount of time.
Maybe it was just food poisoning. He ate a bad clam.
It's a bit of a coincidence if it was.
Yeah. 50 years ago, Al Gore was inventing the internet. Stan Meyer's patents are in the public domain now. We can make his engines and sell them ourselves. Are they in the public domain now? It's the life of the creator plus... No, I think it's plus 75 years, isn't it? That'll be interesting, though. I really wish Elon Musk would start looking into this.
Yeah.
Because batteries is not going to solve this problem.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. Mike, what are you going to do when Bitcoin hits 100,000? Take profit? Actually, I sold all my Bitcoin in December to make a donation, actually.
I wish I'd have had Bitcoin.
But I'll be buying back in over the course of the next year because we're in the bear market, and I don't know when the bottom is going to be, but over the course of the next year, I'll be buying back in. I want to have 5 Bitcoin maybe before the next bull run. That'd be a good number to get into.
Wow.
Sounds like it'd be good money. I'd like Ethereum.
Well, I mean, look, man, it could go back down to 20,000, right?
Yeah.
It's entirely possible. But between 20 and 30,000, I think that's a phenomenal deal for Bitcoin.
If you've got the money,
yeah.
I can imagine,
Next bull run, it'll be well over 6 figures.
Oh man,
well over 6 figures.
I said buy. I don't even have a grand spare to buy anything. Oh dear.
Jeff would like to know what the FBI statistics on the number of people killed by radicalized clams are. Well, they are, the dangerous clams, razor clams. No, nothing. All right, that's fine. All right, let's see. It's 8:55. Let's start wrapping. We'll get this closed out before 9 tonight for the first time since I've gone down my rant. Hydrogen, nature's fuel. Now I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna start watching all these videos. Razor clams are dangerously delicious. Yeah. So you guys have anything you want to talk about in the last few minutes?
I don't know. I don't know of anything other than goofy pop culture stuff to complain about, but that'd be about it.
Jiminy says Myers patents have expired. They're up for grabs. That's pretty cool. I'll have to go look into that. Not that I have time to sit here and build hydroxy engines, hydroxy bubblers and whatnot. But there's a whole community of people who build small hydroxy bubblers and they install them in their cars as an additive to their gas. So they'll run hydroxy into their carburetors while the rest of the car is running gas, and it not only adds obviously explosive gas to it, so it makes you use less fuel, but since it's a clean burning fuel, it cleans the freaking engine, so it keeps it actually makes your engine last longer. So there's a whole community of people. You can go watch a bunch of videos of people that do this, and they get I think some guy got his bug up to 70 miles a gallon or something like that, installing one of these things in his car.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm completely new to this whole thing. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole, man. It's a rabbit hole. I've never done it myself. I just don't have I ain't got the time. or the inclination, and I don't know how to work on cars.
Yeah. Well,
Most
yeah, same
importantly,
here.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh man, I really do. When we got our Element, when we first got it, like the used car, and the wiper assembly, the windshield wiper assembly went out on it, and I had to go in and actually try to replace the thing myself. And because we wanted to be cheap, and we didn't really want to spend the money on paying somebody to do it, so we had to go in and pull off, the assembly that's under. It's hard to explain, but basically, like, there's a cover, like, there's your. I wish I had a pencil or something, but basically, you have your windshield. And then your windshield wipers, and then there's a little. I know this is a really, really great drawing of a hood here, but right just past your windshield wipers is a little braided, little thing. You have to pull that off, and underneath it is the windshield wiper motor assembly. And I had to go in and go in there and figure out what was wrong with it. I have no actual mechanic skill whatsoever. Go in and try to fix this, remove the assembly and things like that. Bought a replacement assembly and removed that, and I ended up fixing it somewhat, and then it went bad again, and then I had to actually have a real mechanic fix it. But
Yeah.
I got somewhere. I kind of felt okay about it, but I was like, dude, I should not be doing mechanic work right now.
And it's funny because it's not like it's that hard. It's just so much to know, and you got to have the right tools. And it's like, I want to go spend $150 on tools so I can do something that I can pay someone $200 to fix.
Yeah,
And
and I have a problem where I can't look at.
Although, hold on, dude. So I had a bad distributor cable, right? And I'm like, my car's sitting there literally for like a year or two because I knew the distributor, because I knew it was a distributor cable because I've fixed it before. I've just taken it off and I've jiggered it and I've put it back in, and I've just kind of rigged it up so that it worked. But then when it stopped doing that, I'm like, oh, I need a whole new distributor cable. I'm like, I don't even know how to get my engine top open and blah, blah, blah. So I just let it sit there for a couple years. And then I'm like, all right, I need to figure out how to do this. And I just looked it up online. It's like nothing. It was like, I just need to unscrew like 4 bolts, take it off, pull the old ones off and put a new one on. It took a 5-minute procedure, and my car was out of commission for all that time.
Oh yeah,
because I didn't know what
helps on that. YouTube
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna look up how to fix my brakes.
Oh yeah. But that's the thing. I can't look at when I know this is going to be weird for some people because you see how we all draw things and we're all detail oriented and looking at the detail, the fine details. But when I look at a car engine or any kind of robot, anything you see where there's lots of little moving pieces, and like looking at an engine, you see wires and this and that, and my mind just blurs. I can't fathom what I'm seeing. I can't put those things together. It messes with my mind for some reason. I can't look at that, and I just see a jumble of things that I can't comprehend. And it's hard to explain it to somebody. I don't know if it's some kind of disorder or something like that, but I look at an engine or anything and I just go, man, I can't comprehend that. I'll look at it and I go, okay, here's this, and then here's this wires. How do you do this and how do you do that, and make sure that you've got all these little wires done and all these little things done? And I go blank. I wish I could explain it to people, but I do. I can understand how the human body works. I can understand how muscles work. I can understand that when a building looks like this, and I can understand perspective, and I can do this. But I'll look at mechanical parts, and my brain just
seizes.
Completely. Yeah, exactly. Panics.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think it's fun. No, I did not have any Luna Terra. It's Terra Luna, I think, not Luna Terra. But no, I did not get into that. Mike, I asked a follow-up to the Custom Crypto Chad question in the Discord group. No rush, just curious. Thanks for answering my questions tonight. All right, and good night, peeps. And good night to you, Aaron. Good night to Vic, Jason, Alpha, Comics Bear, Jiminy Crooked, Vic. Everybody else is here. Thank you all for being here, hanging out. Had a great time. We'll see you all on the next exciting episode of Think and Draw. Say goodnight, everybody.
Hey, good